Good morning, Vlogmas day 3. A lot of you have been suggesting that I just take small bits of video every single day and compile it into 1 week worth of video, and I think that's an amazing suggestion. I think that's a really good idea. However, I might save that idea for later on when I feel a little too overwhelmed, but I do really want to challenge myself to vlog every single day for this month all the way through, just because I want to get better at it and I want to up my B-roll, I want to up my storytelling, I want to be able to focus in on a point and creatively make it something that is visually pleasing and entertaining. I want to up my skills as a filmmaker, so that is why I'm trying to go every single day. So yes, that is a skeleton, by the way. His name is Scotty, and we gave him a hat. Oh look, now 6 o'clock and I haven't moved. I went on a short walk and I had breaks and stuff, but pretty much my whole day is usually sitting right here all the time. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that most of my Instagram stories are me just sitting in this exact spot. I just have to do the thumbnail, finish the description, add all of the extra little tidbits in there, and then once it's fully published to YouTube, then I'll go back in and add the cards, end screens, any of those extra stuff, and then I am done. And after that, I think I'm just gonna take the night off after that because I've been working pretty much all day. I'm gonna take a break really quick. I'm gonna tidy up my kitchen because it needs some TLC. And after that, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a little chat. We're gonna have like a little mini over tea. How's that sound? Yeah. All right, well, let me tidy up my kitchen because this poor thing it needs some love. But before I get to this mound of dishes, I am going to turn on a podcast. Ooh, this one sounds interesting. Got a good podcast going. Hit play and we're gonna get the dishes going.
Hey folks, Adam here. Before we jump into Factually, I want to tell you about a little podcast called Bad with Money. Bad with Money is the podcast.
So a little over tea video in the middle of this vlog. It's piping hot and I'm not about to drink that yet. Basically what I wanted to talk about was set points. I'll talk more about this in Sunday's video when I do the book review, but basically a set point is a psychological idea or a psychological thing that everybody kind of has just due to their upbringing. And a set point is the expectations for yourself in all aspects of life. So you expect nothing more and nothing less of yourself. Or you don't really feel that you deserve anything more, but you know you deserve more than less than that. Does that make any sense? Am I just rambling? I don't know. I think that made sense. If it didn't, maybe go back and listen to it again. I guess a good example of a set point is, say that your parents were teachers or plumbers or electricians. You know, you're the middle class. So if you grow up middle class, then you kind of don't really expect yourself to raise further, or even if you know that you can, you don't. Not that you don't, but how am I explaining this? You don't feel worthy to raise higher than that, but you also expect more than anything less than that from yourself. And even if you do feel worthy, if you do feel like your goals are higher than middle class, and even if you attain those goals, it's almost like everybody else who are not in the middle class look at you and think, oh, well, you think we're not good enough for you now, or, you know, something along that lines. He has a much better explanation of it, and I just thought it was a really interesting point that it hits all aspects and not just kind of wealth and like working wise. I was thinking about how that applied to my life. My parents are both hard workers and they're middle class, but they're happy. And I just remember, even at a really young age, that those set points that I grew up with, they weren't right for me. They just weren't right for me. That my set point was finding a place and getting a job and settling down and living in one place. I want to travel, you know, that's been a thing for me since I was like 7. All the little make-believe games that I would have with my friends, we were traveling abroad, we were exploring a new place, exploring a new country, we were in a place that we didn't speak any of the language, and we met some of the locals. And I mean, that was my game, because that was my fantasy. That was the thing that I wanted most in life, was to be able to explore and just understand the rest of this world, because US is a melting pot and you just get like this much of somebody's culture, of somebody's beliefs, this much of somebody's experiences overseas. And meeting other people from such a young age that have come overseas, and even talking to my family, my dad's side, who moved from the Philippines. You know, I'm on his side, I'm first generation to be born in the United States. It's different, and you know that, and it's just, I don't get to see that. I haven't been able to see that or experience that or be there, and that is the thing that just drives me. I remember when I first got my point and shoot, I was probably 12 when I first got my own camera, and it was this like crappy little point and shoot camera, but I was probably 12, and I told my dad that I wanted to be a traveling photographer. Again, that set point comes in, and don't take this that my dad's like a bad guy or anything, but he replied and he said, well, you better marry somebody rich. And I remember that from being 12, because that's the set point. You know, that was kind of keeping that set point in check of, well, that's not your expectation. That's not possible. Somebody's calling me. Oh, it's Nikki. Wow, sorry, my old roommate just called me. I miss you, Nikki. I know you probably won't be watching this, but I miss you. So that was my whole chat about set points and whatnot, and I just thought that it was a very interesting idea to mull over, I suppose. This lighting is really red too. I'm gonna continue to work a little bit, just for maybe like the 45 minutes until Alex and I are going to go get groceries. It's really late, but you know, it's when we both had time, so it's gonna happen. But I'm gonna get to work, and I will see you later, probably.